Mike Pennacchi here with Network Protocol Specialists, LLC. And when a website's slow, sometimes it can be really hard to figure out exactly what is slow. Is it DNS? Is it the TCP SYN round trip time? Is it the server? In this video, we're going to look at how we can use curl to measure how much time each one of these components is taking so that we can focus our troubleshooting efforts on exactly where that problem is. All right, so let's take a look at how we can use curl to measure response time when going out to a website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by coming in here, and we're going to take a look at this little script that I've put together. So in this case, we're showing that we're going to use curl. We're going to tell it to follow location. So if we do a redirect or something like that, it's going to follow that. And then essentially what we're doing is we're telling it, hey, look, we're going to put multiple lines in here. We're going to tell you how to format the output and keep reading these multiple lines until you get down here to stop. And this is going to look for an input variable of the website. So we'll put this out there so that you can copy and paste this in. You don't have to retype it, but you've got this little script. So I'm going to close this window. And if I say, let's do an LL on that. I just want to show you that we have this set to executable. So this is going to be a script, so we need to make sure we can execute it. So you have to do a change mod plus X after you create the file to make sure it's executable. So let's go ahead and run this. So I'm going to say curl response, and let's grab a website. Let's grab, one of mine, cctttraining.com, and I hit enter, and I wait. Now, what this does is it shows us how long each piece took. Now, I wish that these numbers were deltas so I could see exactly how long each individual one took. Unfortunately, with curl, we get the total since the beginning of the connection. So right here, we can see that it took 381 milliseconds to resolve the DNS name. So that first one is how long did it take to resolve the DNS name to an IP address? Now in this case, I've gone in and I'm going to go out and create a TCP connection. So if I subtracted the 381 from the 492, I'd get, about 101 milliseconds. And that is going to be, 111 milliseconds. That's going to be how long it took me to establish my TCP connection. It's my round trip TCP time. Now here, I went in and I established my connections. We can see that I have a redirect because if I go in trying to get on port 80 and I'm really using port 443, I've got to go through and set up my SSL connection. Now my start transfer right here is my time to first byte. So that's how long it took from when we sent the HTTP GET to when we got the first byte of data back. So notice that this time jumps up right here. So we came in, we connected, we got redirected, we established our SSL connection, we sent our GET, and then this is the time to when we received the first byte of data back. So it took a full second from when I sent this request initially to get that first byte of data back. And it took about 869 milliseconds to get the data. And right here it shows us that the download occurred at 281 kilobytes per second. So using curl with this little batch file, or the script, we can go in, we get an idea of if a website appears to be slow. Is it resolving DNS? Is it our TCP round trip time? Is it redirects? What's going on in there? So I hope this helps when it comes to going in and measuring website response time and seeing how things look. You've got it set up so that we can put in different sites. I can put in coreitpros.com, and that one will come back at some point. Now see, this is taking a while, so where did it take all the time? Well, right here, we see that it didn't take the time resolving the DNS name. Where it really took the time is the time from when we sent when we sent the GET out here, right there, to when we got a response back from the server. It only took us a quarter second to go through all the redirects and set up our SSL connection. It took us 7.8 seconds to get that first byte of data. So what this would tell me is that has to do with something with the server on the Wix side, and that server taking a long time to reply to that request. And then this is how fast we downloaded that page. So if I was going to troubleshoot this problem, I'd be looking at what's happening on that web server, not at my DNS server or the network in between. All right, thanks for watching this tech tip. Check out our other tech tips in the Core IT Pros online conference.